Welcome back to the Utah Jazz MyLeague here on NBA 2K16. This is going to be episode 18 of the Jazz MyLeague, and we are going to be taking on the Portland Trailblazers in Portland in today's episode. But before we do that, we will talk about our Jazz season so far, because as you can see, the Jazz are currently sitting at 12-17 on the season, which, well, isn't really too much of an improvement from the last two seasons, as our Jazz just haven't been able to really do anything. This roster, as it stands right now, really isn't good enough to make the playoffs. It's not good enough to really do much of anything. I feel like this team's definitely improved since Season 1 and maybe even Season 2 possibly, but it's definitely not improved to a point where we need to be to make the playoffs. So, in order to do that, I feel like as we start getting closer to this trade deadline, you'll be seeing a lot of trades happen and a lot of different moves happen, and possibly some that will shock you, possibly some that may be a little bit desperate, maybe not, I don't know. But definitely expect some trades around the trade deadline this season. So in an episode or two, I think it is. But as of right now, our Jazz are 5th in the Northwest and then 12th in the West. So things definitely need to change. And now let's hop into the game against the Portland Trailblazers. As we are here in Portland, Oregon, the starting five for the Jazz is Dante Exum, Alec Burks, Gordon Hayward, Derek Favors, and Rudy Gobert. The 1 to 5 for the Trailblazers is Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Joe Johnson, Ed Davis, and Mason Plumlee, who we have his brother Miles on our bench, one of his 60 brothers. As you see, Alec Burks with the tomahawk slam there to get the scoring off. 4-2 is the score now. Trailblazers in the lead, but then Alec Burks misses the three. Rebound goes to Joe Johnson, who gives it up to, he stands at the three-point line, looks for a play here, calls the pick, and then off the pick, somehow gets the shooter's roll, and that bounces off the rim, and then in 7-2 Trailblazers. Here's Ed Davis down on the baseline, working on Gobert. Somehow Gobert's hands in his face, and he still makes the shot. 9-2 Trailblazers. And now here come the Jazz. Favors swings over to Exum, who swings to Hayward in the corner, knocks down the triple. 9-5 is the score. Same score here as Dante Exum finds Burks wide open at 3. He knocks that one down. It's a 1-point game, 9-8. Same score now as Lillard drives, kicks into the corner for Beal, hits the triple. 12-8 is the score now. Trailblazers in the lead. 1-point game now as De'Aaron Fox hands over to Korkmaz, who gives back to Fox, who gives back to Korkmaz. Jump shot, nails it. Jazz in the lead, 16-14, 2-point lead for them. Same score here as Rozier drives, gets blocked by, I believe that's Plumlee? Looked like it was Plumlee. Swings up to Jackson, who oops it to Korkmaz, slams it down, 18-14. 4-point lead for the Jazz. 2-point lead here now as Korkmaz finds Plumlee, who finds Fox at 3, knocks that one down for the triple. De'Aaron Fox, the University of Kentucky man, and then Josh Jackson finds Korkmaz. They sag off him. He decides to take the triple, and he nails the triple, 24-20. And at the end of one quarter, it's 28 Utah, 23 Portland, as the Jazz had the lead heading into the second quarter. So speaking of that second quarter, let's head into it. 30-25, 5-point lead. Beal from mid-range misses. Rebound goes to Favors. Over to Gobert, who gives it to Burks. Oops it to Hayward, who slams it down. 32-25 is the score. 1-point game here now as the Jazz have the ball. Exum finds Hayward wide open in the corner, knocks down the triple. It's a 4-point lead for the Jazz. Skip ahead here for a 1-point lead as Lillard drives, swings over into the corner with a fancy pass for Joe Johnson, knocks down the triple, and they take the lead. So 49-41, Portland in the lead here. Plumlee finds Jackson for 3, who somehow knocks down the 3. He is not a shooter whatsoever. And then Beal, now for the Trailblazers, finds a wide-open McCollum in the corner, who knocks down the triple. 54-47 is the score, and at the end of halftime, it'll be 54 Trailblazers, 49 Jazz, as the Trailblazers really dominate that second quarter now. And there's Beal as he gets blocked. Gobert gives it up to Burks, who gives it over to Hayward, who makes the contact layup. He does not make the free throw, however, as the Trailblazers still have a 1-point lead. Burks drives, finds Favors, who finds Burks, drives to the rim, contact layup, and the Jazz have taken a 1-point lead. They're in the lead 62-56 here as Lyles finds a long three for Alec Burks, and he knocks that one down. It's an 9-point lead now, 67-58. Later on, it's in a 9-point lead still, and then they knock down a double to make it a 2-point or an 11-point lead. What am I saying? Aminu gets the dunk here, makes it a 9-point lead, but the Jazz just keep their lead intact, as it's a little small lead here, but then Trey Lyles gets blocked. In transition come the Trailblazers. McCollum with the layup makes it a tie game at 69. So same score here. McCollum over to, I forget who that was. It was Aminu who goes up with it, gets blocked, goes up with it again. Rebound this time goes to Favors. Fox up to Korkmaz in transition. Contact layup gets it to go, and the Jazz are back in the lead. And they would keep that lead at the end of 3, as it is a 77-73 Utah Jazz lead over the Portland Trailblazers. Pick things back up in the 4th as Burks finds Hayward over to Gobert. Pass back to Burks, gets picked off by Beal, who gives it over to Lillard, and he slams it back with the tomahawk. 2-point lead now for the Jazz, as the Trailblazers are cutting it down. Behind the back pass from Burks, who finds Gobert, who finds Burks, who finds Gobert, and then Gobert takes it to the rim for the layup. 81-77 is the score. Same score here as Joe Johnson in the corner, guarded by Hayward. Still being guarded by Hayward, gets around his man. Fancy little layup there, switches it midair. 81-79. 2-point lead now for the Jazz as they have the ball. Exum fires it across the court, gets picked off by Beal, gives it up to Johnson, over to Lillard. Layup gets it to fall. Tie game at 83 now, with about 6 minutes left in the 4th. So here come the Jazz driving. Wide open man in the corner, Alec Burks. He knocks down the triple with ease. He was on fire all night long. 3-point lead for the Jazz. Here comes Burks, finds Hayward this time wide open at 3, knocks it down. You cannot leave this team open at 3 because they have a lot of shooters, and they are making the Trailblazers pay here late as Alec Burks drives and slams it down. I love using Alec Burks. He can shoot, he can drive, he's athletic. He's not very good at defense, but I feel like his athleticism makes up for it on defense most of the time as he dunks yet again. And now here come the Trailblazers. Lillard finds Beal wide open at 3. I don't know why I said Beal. Beal with an L at the end as he knocks down the triple. 99-92 here. Jazz still in the lead. Lillard's pass is intercepted. And then in transition come the Jazz as Hayward oops it to Jackson. 101-92. And your final in this one would be 103 Utah Jazz, 94 Portland Trailblazers, as the Utah Jazz come with the victory here in this Northwest Division matchup here in Portland, Oregon. And the player of the game for this game is Alec Burks. He had 36 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds on the night. He was awesome all night long. He could shoot, he could drive, he was just all around the point producer for this Jazz team. Korkmaz and Hayward didn't have too bad nights either. Korkmaz had 18 points with 3 assists. He was 7 for 10 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3. And then Gordon Hayward with 17 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Even had 5 blocks on the day. He was 7 for 18 from the field, and then 3 for 10 from 3. He shot a lot of threes on the day. While the Trailblazers, on the other hand, were led by Joe Johnson with 29 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He was 11 for 20 from the field and 2 for 3 from 3-point. Beal, Lillard, and McCollum also had double digits on the day. And with that being said, to wrap things up here for this edition of Utah Jazz Basketball, I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.
And even if you are victorious, you may receive many cuts, bruises, and scrapes, and you will require band-aids and antiseptic ointments and tender loving kisses on your